And people, that is right, with a drink in hand, I am Excellence himself. Somewhere there. I am Ricky Coleman. This, of course, is the Reigning Rock podcast, and it's a big episode today. 3 guests I've got with me, so let's bring in the man himself. He has 2 titles. He's a man that pins his opponents 1, 2, 3. He is TJT, the Wrestling Blood, TJT.
And today, I'm in the kitchen cooking.
That's right. He's now become the Rock. He's now cooking. And how are you today?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing? To my mate across the pond.
I'm okay. So let's get to the comments in a second.
By the way, you owe me some digestives.
Very, very, very nice biscuits. Very nice. Very nice. Delicious. Anyway, let's bring in the man from the, I hope I get this right, Autism and Rocks. He'll clear up if I've butchered the name. I apologize. Autism and Rocks podcast. He is.
Autism.
Yes. He is Sam Mitchell, and I hope I got that name right. Did I get the name right?
You got her, buddy. Hello, everyone.
Right, Ken, how are you?
How you doing?
Not too bad, brother. Not too bad, everybody. Good to be here. Thanks for letting me come on and crash your party.
And the 4th and final co-guest host, he is TJ's frat brother, the man himself. He is Marcus, the man Gill. And how are you?
My God, it is a good day to be on this podcast. Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
And ow, Marcus.
Ow.
And first of all, just read it coming out quickly, and then we'll get the show underway. Oh God! Right, okay. Why did I read the? Why did I even put that up? Jesus Christ! Right, okay. No more comments like that. Jesus, I got blindsided there.
What happened?
Well, in the comments, someone said, "What are my thoughts on feet?" But in a rush,
nasty.
In a rush, I didn't read it properly, and I thought, "What are your thoughts on being face or something?" In my mind, I thought that's what it said. Anyway, well done, Kyle. You got me. Anyway, so Marcus, we'll start with you. Do you want to tell people about yourself? How long have you? Okay, give me a second. What are my thoughts on people? I don't like people. Anyway. That was another question from him. So, Marcus, tell people about yourself. How long have you been watching wrestling? Your all-time favorite and your current favorite.
So I'm Marcus. I'm from the States. I'm from Philly. I've been watching wrestling since I'll say '98. First promotion I ever saw was ECW on Channel 48. Favorite wrestler of all time, Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Currently, oh shoot, that is hard. That's a tough one. I'm gonna say Gunther though. I like his style. You know, it takes it back to the old school. He respects the sport of wrestling, and I mean the chops, man, the chops. Them things hurt. God.
I'll put your YouTube video in about half a second here, but Gunther, yeah, I like Gunther. I can get why I understand why many people don't, but I like him.
He's old school,
is he going to win the title? That's the big question. I like Priest and I like Gunther. Neither should lose. One is going to lose anyway. And Heartbreak Kid, yeah, one of the all-time greats. So I'll promote this now, and we'll do it at the end. So your YouTube, tell people about your YouTube.
My YouTube channel is, it's me just diving into things that I like. It's kind of random, but also not random. I don't know how to describe it, but I try to put out content whenever I can. It's right down there below. please give it a subscribe, comment on some of the videos if it pertains to what you like. You know, if it's your niche, that's cool. If you got anything that I can add on, hopefully you got my Instagram there too somewhere.
Yes, your Instagram, there it is. Yes.
You can follow me. You can follow me on Instagram. You can message me, and yeah, we can get the conversation going. I'm willing to make more content on YouTube, and you know, of course, do my regular post on Instagram about my life in general.
So would you be interested in me and you maybe working together, or is that an option?
I mean, we could definitely do that. I'm definitely down with that.
Because that's been one of my, well, I've got many dreams. One of my dreams is working with other YouTubers, so...
Finish your story.
Oh, God. No. But yeah, most of my dreams are like small. But yeah, well, I'm not booing you here. I'm not saying your YouTube's small. I'm just saying like some people want to be a millionaire and own a car.
Listen, I'm just doing it for fun. I'm doing it for the thrill and just wanting to share my stuff out to the world. If it's you know, if I end up getting to a certain amount of subscribers, whatever, awesome. If I don't, hey, that's just the life of the world. You know what I mean?
But my dream is working with other YouTubers. Yeah. So yeah, people head over to his channel, subscribe, and check out Instagram. So Sam, are you? Did you say you're 21? That makes me feel old. I'm 37. Are you 21?
Nope, not anymore. 22. Just turned it last week.
Congratulations! Happy birthday!
Still makes me feel. Still makes me feel old. We're not old, but I think I've been watching wrestling longer than you've been alive. That makes me feel old. So I know your favorite wrestler of all time. You want to tell the people how you've been watching wrestling, your all-time favorite, and your current favorite.
All right, so I can say the current favorite is someone Marcus said, Gunther. I got to go with in general myself. Gunther, excuse me. But my favorite of all time is someone who I've had the privilege on having on my show, Autism Rocks and Rolls, Mick Foley.
He is an autism advocate. Yes.
And sorry, I'm just going to read these comments out. I know my face from somewhere. Hollywood. That's me in character. Why is there an echo? Yes, so is that you, CJ, with your sound up?
No, I have my headphones on.
That might be Mark. That's Sam then. It's not Marcus because this echo. So Sam, if you can turn your sound down, Marcus, if that's possible. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's not,
let me give it a try.
If it's not, we'll just have to go with it. But
is this better?
Yeah, is it better? No, that's it's Sam then. But if you can turn your sound, if you can't, then we'll just carry on. 37, not that old. Well, old, whatever. Middle-aged. And what's up, everyone? Hello, Justin. So, yes, I'll promote your channel, Sam. So, somewhere. So, first of all, your YouTube. So, tell people about your YouTube.
Well, the YouTube is just a channel through the podcast, Autism Rocks and Rolls. I'm on the autism spectrum. I've had it since 4, and I found my wrestling through a fixation, and I've studied it since a long time, since I was 6. And I'm not good at math. Y'all do the math. I'm 22, so like I said, figure it out. I can't do math. I was born in 2002, so I have studied it for a while. My favorite match was my favorite match. The first match I ever saw was Sheamus versus Wade Barrett in a tables match.
Ooh.
And the sound seems to be better. So just wanted to add that. So your podcast, as you alluded to, there we are. So can be found on Podbean. I use Podbean for my voice review that I do for shows I go to. Is that the podcast that you've had Mick Foley, Buff Bagwell on?
Yep. And there's other ones too. I've had Kane on, RVD, Al Snow. All guys.
Wow. And
Impressive.
I just put website because I didn't really know what to call this, but do you want to promote that as well?
It's my website, autismrocksrolls.com. It offers the other things I do with my nonprofit, such as sponsorships, speaking engagements, and events.
Like I said, I just put website because I didn't really know what to call it, so I just called it that. But yeah, you had Kane on. I think I forgot the names already. RVD, Mick Foley, Buck Bagwell, so some massive names, Hall of Famers. Al Snow. Thank God TJ's here, otherwise I would have forgotten. A memory like a sieve. I've got a memory like a sieve. So let's get to our first segment, and if you, Marcus, can announce it, I'll play the video, put up the banner, and you announce the segment. Give me a second, 1 second, and here it's somewhere. I can never find it. Never find it. There it is.
All right, the first segment is what's cooking at the table.
That is right. So just a 2-minute chat what we've been up to. So I suppose I'll very quickly go first. The gym, as always. I did buy this. It's just a glass tumbler. A wrestling one. Of course, it's wrestling. Got my tribal chief, Roman Reigns, on. And bought a WWE ticket, so I'll be going to WWE October 16th. Also, I go to, for Marcus and Sam, you won't know this, I go to a craft class every single week. I make wrestling stuff, and this last week it was Acknowledge the Olympics. These are just for me. I stick them on Facebook, and if people like them, they like them. If they don't, they don't. Simple, really. Marcus, what have you been up to in the last week or a couple of weeks?
Well, I'm a teacher, so summers are mine. I get to have them all to myself. So just ride my bike. Sadly, my inner tube on my bike bust a flat, so there's that. Skateboarding, playing basketball. Catching up on Raw, SmackDown. I'm anticipating the Olympics just like everyone else, of course. And that's it, man. Just hanging out, having a good time with life.
Do you go to the gym or no? No, it's not. Gym's not for everybody. But
during the school year, I go to the gym because it gets colder or whatever, or I just don't feel like skateboarding right after work. So that's when I do it then. But I try to work mostly on cardio and stuff over the summertime.
My cardio's awful. I can do about 2 minutes. I'm more weights.
Listen, I love the weights during the colder months, but when it comes down to the summertime, I want to be outside more often. So it's automatic cardio.
I couldn't run a mile. If I'd run a mile, I'd be out of breath. So that's my my cardio's awful. So you're getting tongue tied here. Did you say you're a teacher? Is that right?
Yep, I'm a health and phys ed teacher.
A what teacher?
A health and phys ed teacher.
Okay, then I don't know what that is, but
he's a gym teacher. He's a gym
health and fitness. Right then.
Yeah, health
Physical
and fitness.
education.
Right then. Thank you, Sam. So Sam, what have you been up to the last week or two?
Well, I just turned 22. I had a little family party for it. I made some. Is a restaurant in Indy. We have it's a town hour for me. I called a dessert up in St. Elmo. It's called a bourbon butter cake. It was homemade, tasted pretty darn delicious, if I say myself. And we're planning an Autism Rocks and Rolls poker run for autism advocacy, and we're also working on. You guys might be interested in this. We might be having a autism night at the wrestling event in a local town.
Yeah, sorry, I was meant to put up. Sorry, I apologise. So first of all, I was meant to put up this with your link, and that is the picture. So anybody wants to head over to your YouTube, that's so autism. It says rock and rolls at the bottom. That's the YouTube. If anyone wants to head over, and the poker night that you're talking about, there it is. I'm awful at poker personally, but it's SummerSlam night, so people might be interested.
Hey, have a bike ride by the day, and then have a pay-per-view at night. Not a bad. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, like I said, I'm no good at poker, but are you any good?
Well, it's more of a motorcycle thing, but you said I'm interested in the girls, but yeah, I'm interested in some of them. Just trying to find the right one, my friend.
No, poker. You were good at the game poker.
Oh no, I'm not good at poker. I don't even do cards, bub.
I can play Snap. I don't know if you've heard of the game Snap. I can play that.
I'm black and I can barely play spades.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
I don't know what that means. That means nothing to me.
It's one of the most complex and yet not complex card games I've ever encountered in my life.
So, Ricky, imagine a card game that's really simple, but the moment you pull up to the family gathering, barbecue, cookout, funeral, baby shower, birthday, graduation party, or whatever kind of function, everybody suddenly want to fight you at the spades table because you reneged.
So it's not a card game.
It is a card game, but
it's very
right.
It turns into so much more. It's one of those. Do y'all have a game in London? Do you have a game in England that seems simple in real life, but as soon as everybody starts playing it, emotion and conflict suddenly arise?
Yes, definitely.
That's spades for the black community.
Okay. So obviously you've previously moved to New Orleans, the host of 2 WrestleManias. So what else have you been up to?
Not much. Just been adjusting. Just celebrating my first day as an official New Orleans resident, a whole 4 hour. Marcus is always more than welcome to visit. His invitation will forever remain open.
Appreciate that. I do.
Where is it that you live, Marcus?
I live in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, so we're in two different coasts now.
So the hut where ECW was.
Yeah. So yeah.
And where the last WrestleMania was.
Yes.
Of course. Yes. Did you go, Marcus?
Nah, I couldn't afford that ticket, man. I wish I had bought it sooner, but it happens.
True. I didn't think, well, take out The Rock, take out Reigns, it wasn't a really good Mania, but whatever. I still don't like that Cody won, but
I love
only
it.
because look what we've got. Like, I was right about Cody winning, that he wouldn't improve, he hasn't improved. Very quick, I've been asked another question. Didn't have a ball gag on air, yes, and not anymore. It'll be here for SummerSlam predictions on August 1st. Anyway, let's get to the next segment, and it's time for you, TJ, to announce it.
Movie talk. All the talking, rattling on Netflix, Hulu, and in Hollywood.
I love that. And we'll go to you first because you did say you wanted to talk about a movie. I Found Your Killer or something. I don't know what it is.
So I was watching this documentary on Hulu, and it's called I Found My Killer. Now, these people are viciously murdered, but there's always one flaw or detail that they leave behind that traces their killer. Like this one girl, she was a Mennonite, which you don't know what a Mennonite is in America. That's somebody who lives off the grid, meaning they don't have a cell phone, they live on very limited technology, almost like a countryside farmer.
Ugh, that sounds like hell.
Not for them, but that's how they're raised. They feel like they're not living off the grid is how they get closer to God. Because living on the grid, they feel like they're further away from God. But this one Mennonite girl, she had a secret cell phone, which nobody knew which she rarely used. And that secret cell phone helped catch her killer, who apparently was attacking Mennonite females and hated Mennonite people because he was raised Mennonite. And when he was raised Mennonite, he was abused. So when him and his brothers left the Mennonite faith, they started attacking and abusing other people and killing them. But Netflix documentary, I Caught My Murderer on Hulu. Go ahead and watch it, as well as I Am a Stalker on Netflix. But again, stalking and murder are illegal. So please do not stalk or murder anybody.
I won't. Only in character. I will only only when I'm in Ricky Gull in character will I kill my opponents.
Yeah, and by the way, you already know what's up.
Yes, Hebe. Where is he? That way. I'm doing it wrong way. That way. Whatever. You know what I mean. He beat me in my match. Damn it. His car beat my car in a match. Anyway.
You got beat by a drag queen.
Right.
Is that drag queen you're referring to, Goldust? Just wondering.
No, it's in a car. It's creator wrestler, E-Fed, called Overdose Wrestling.
Yeah, we're part of the E-Fed company, and my character on E-Fed beat his character on E-Fed. My character has a 7-4 record. My character is basically a drag queen. Imagine Luke Gallows or the tall Braun Strowman in drag.
Right. Okay. So we'll go do that I did last week and say a movie, go to Marcus, say a movie, go to Sam. I'll say a movie. So first out of 3 movies I've seen, The Killer on Netflix. I don't know if TJ will like that movie. Very psychological. Good film. So, Marcus, what are the movies you've watched, or documentaries that you've watched over the last week or two?
Man, the last thing I remember watching, I rewatched a childhood classic of mine, which was The Mask, featuring with Jim Carrey in it. I rewatched that.
That's a good movie. That is a good movie.
And the thing I realized was, I was like, damn, this movie low-key wasn't for me as a child. I shouldn't have been watching this as a child, but you know what? Whatever. I watched it. I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed it the same way I would have enjoyed it if I was younger. So I was really excited to watch that. And honestly, that's just about it as far as like movies. I'm not the biggest movie guy. I do have a movie that I want to see when it comes out, and that's The Joker 2. I know it's going to be a musical and all that, but I cannot wait to see it. I'm so stoked for it. So yeah, so I got a future movie I want to watch, and the only like the thing that I've watched within this week was The Mask.
Classic, all-time classic. And The Mask is one of those movies, kind of like Jaws. You know exactly what's going to happen, but you can watch it over and over again, and it's still good. So The Mask is one of those, I think. I'll watch The Joker too, but I watch movies on Fire Stick. I very rarely go to the cinema. The next time I'm going to the cinema is to watch Red One with The Rock in November, and that'll be it. So, but the second movie I've watched is The Accountant. That's also on Netflix. Good film. Ben Affleck is in it. I think Ben Affleck. That's a good movie. So, Sam, what movie or documentaries have you watched over the last couple of weeks?
Well, fun fact, The Accountant is a good movie. I think it does a good representation of autism, but that's just my view. But anyway, with movies, I'm not a fan of movies, but I guess what you can say is, for just because I was bored out of my mind, I watched one of the latest 2 Jackasses, Jackass 3 and Jackass Forever.
Fair enough. They're not really. They're movies, but loosely termed movies.
And I love that term you said. You live in your mind, considering that you are on the spectrum. And oftentimes, people think autism spectrum is a bad thing, but autism spectrum is actually a protective factor for many people.
Yep, you ain't wrong there.
Trust me. I used to work for. I'm a social worker, so I kind of know some of things. Got
it.
And the Jackass movies are okay, but they're okay. Why do they just they're all idiots?
I mean, that's the point. It's not supposed to be proper cinema. It's supposed to make you laugh.
So it's not meant to be okay. It's not meant to be like high drama or edge of the seat action.
The purpose is for you to look at this. The purpose of it is for you to look at it, look at your friends and be like, y'all trying to do that? Or no? Okay. Everybody say no to the ideas because it's going to hurt them or somebody else.
To not edge of the seat. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen here.
Nah, your job is to laugh and potentially maybe do it yourself.
Yeah, none of that. I want to be myself. Nothing. Like, well, one of the.
I said I wouldn't do it myself, but there's one I would do if I had the chance. There's one stunt they do, and you climb a tree, and then you the guy trims the tree down. You fall down with the tree. Now me, I'm saying I'm intelligent, but I'm also a daredevil idiot, a certified one, if I may add. Well, I do that.
That sounds okay, but one of the stunts was it Steve-O had like a hook through his nipple and he was in the water with sharks. Like sharks could attack like that and kill you dead.
Hey, Marcus.
Gone.
Marcus, there's one jackass prank we can play. I think Ricky might like it. Maybe Sam will do it with us too. You know what that is?
Is it the taser ones?
No.
No. Look at him. I knew the look on his face.
No, we found a bunch of cops in the parking lot. Snoop Dogg did this, as a matter of fact. We find some cops in the parking lot. We say, "You cracker ass bitch," knock their coffee to the ground and start running.
No, I'm not.
I don't want to get in trouble with the law.
I don't want to play those games.
So the third and final film I watched, Lyle Crocodile, on also on Netflix. That's a good film. So yeah. So before we get into some wrestling chatter, I will just cover the latest latest show I've been to with this. So Wrestling Days Out with Ricky Goldman, and I bought wrestling T-shirt 336. So it's the same design on the back and front, just bigger. Local show to me called LWF Super Chipping Show. Yeah, it was a free ticket, decent show. So I picked up another T-shirt. And the next event show is SummerSlam Watch Party, August 3rd. So, do you attend any local shows, Marcus, or no?
I should have. So there was a CZW show, I would say, in downtown Philly, but I totally missed it. I was totally busy with other things. Other than that, I don't really see any local product. There's not that many local entities in Philly. I think CZW is out of Jersey, and that can be quite the drive sometimes. The 2300 Arena still gets played by smaller promotions, with the biggest being TNA. I've been trying to make it my business to go to one of those shows, but haven't been able to get to them.
And TNA are killing it. There's like a thing on Facebook, a timeline, 2002. It's just another mud show. Hulk Hogan came in. He's going to kill the company.
I remember 2002 TNA.
And now they've had the highest gate in 10 years with 4,000 people.
Love it.
And then working with WWE more than it's working out for them. Sam, is there any local shows that you go to?
Well, I've done more than just go to them. I work for them by doing some local broadcasting commentating.
Wow, commentary is something I would love to get into.
Find your nearest local wrestling show and literally just ask. That's what I did.
And for those that don't go to local shows, WWE is the biggest and the best, but local shows are really good. They're cheap, local. They're up close and personal action. You get to meet wrestlers that one day might be in WWE. So, for example, Finn Balor, Pete Dunne, Sheamus, Gunther have all done UK indies.
JD McDonough.
You never know where they're going to end up. So, one of those wrestlers that I saw on Saturday might one day be in WWE. So who knows?
There's a good story with that, actually, Ricky. I saw Brian Pillman Jr., Brian Pillman's son. He went to WWE, worked at NXT. Well, before there was a local wrestling show in Muncie, and I've worked with the guy several times. I never got the chance to meet him, sadly, but I had the privilege of seeing him live before he transferred to the big stage.
Was that Brian? Okay, it's Lexus King now, isn't it? Brian Pillman Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did he do in AEW? Anyway, so I'll play an ad. So let me play this first, and then I want you, Sam, to announce the next segment. But let me play this first. So, of course, Pro Wrestling Tees Gunmans, as I always say, if you cannot purchase a t-shirt, get it shared, get the word out there, and my socials on screen right now. Off they go. So, I'm going to play this, put up the banner, and then if you can announce it, Sam, I'd greatly appreciate that. So, let me play the video.
It's time for Wrestling Roundup.
Great introduction. I think I'm going to hire you every week. You're going to come on every week and do introductions. There we are.
Hey, you do it. I'm going for broadcast, and I got a radio voice. I don't mind doing it.
And you know, I have that very white monotone voice.
I'm actually considering having you on every week now. We'll see. Well, we'll discuss later, but maybe you can become now the third. If you can commit, I don't know if you'll be available every single week, but let's see. So we'll discuss later. We'll discuss later, but so we'll start with. Do you, Marcus or Sam? Do you watch WWE Speed?
No.
Do you watch it, Sam?
I do not watch WWE Speed. I see it on Facebook.
Fair enough. I'll say what I'll say every single week. I love the concept. So last week was Ilya Dragunov taking on Carmelo Hayes. Match ended in a draw. The time limit expired, and this is the freedom you can have. You can have a match ending 2 minutes, a minute, full time. Rating of silver, I'll say. AEW, I know that TJ doesn't like AEW. Marcus, do you watch AEW?
I have to go wrestle an alligator while you go talk about AEW.
Oh God, AEW. I haven't watched AEW for real since like 2022. It's not
fair enough.
I wish it was how it was during the pandemic and in a couple years after that, but boy, oh boy, has the ship sunk.
Okay, and Sam, do you watch it?
No, I do not. For me personally, WWE has helped me a lot in my life, and watching another company, in my view, would be like backstabbing the company.
Fair enough. So I'll just very quickly run through the results then, and then we'll get straight on to WWE. So last week's Dynamite saw only 3 matches, and one of those was an hour long. MJF defeating Will Ospreay in an hour match, becoming your brand new international champion. I know you don't watch Marcus and Sam, but your quick thoughts on that.
Can you say one more time? I'm sorry.
It's MJF knocking off Will Ospreay in an hour match has become your brand new international champion.
I think it's a good idea. I know MJF. I follow the work still, even though I don't watch it, as I should. I do think MJF is their guy. He's their boy. Him winning their IC title is a good move. And it gives. I know there's a lot of people that know who Will Ospreay is, but still, the casuals still got to get to know who he is a little bit more. Putting a title on him wouldn't work. You got to build him up. Got to keep building him up. MJF, on the other hand, is built up. So I think it's a great move.
Sam, your quick thoughts on that match, if you've got any?
I really have. I'm going to invoke my right to remain silent.
Fair enough. Right, then that's fine.
And I actually have a thought on that match now that my frat brother Marcus has said something.
Okay, go on.
So I actually agree with Marcus. MJF is actually showing signs of a younger Triple H. If you pay attention, he's a low key Triple H mark. When he made his return, he had Triple H's jean jacket. When he was an asshole, everything he done was asshole and very Triple H like. He's a Jewish Triple H mark, and I love it. And one day he will hopefully aspire to Triple H's rank, or if he should come to the WWE, I would love to see him and Triple H have a storyline. That would be funny.
I was just going to say MJF wouldn't work in WWE, but now the rumors of WWE no longer PG when they got it to Netflix, he would. So
It isn't PG. Case in point, let's look at Raw with Liv.
we'll
That's
get to
not what
Raw
you call
later.
PG.
We'll get to Raw in a few minutes here. Well, 5 minutes maybe. So I'll carry on really, very quickly the rest of Dynamite. Mercedes Moné got a pinfall against Nyla Rose, and by DQ, your winner through Strickland against Okada. Bronze. So just to keep you up to, so I rate shows from bronze to silver, Marcus and Sam, just so you know. So just when I ask for your rating later, you know what rating. Sorry, bronze to platinum. Sorry, not bronze to silver. Bronze to platinum. Sorry. The conglomeration, I have no idea. Beat, knocked off Undisputed Kingdom. This is Rampage. The Outrunners lost to Chris Jericho and Big Bill. The Butcher did his job to Suzuki. Chris Statlander defeated Sydney Winnell, and Lucha Brawls got the win against Private Party, Bronze, and Collision quickly. Darby Allin pinned the Beast Mortis. Sky Blue did the same to Hugo Shida. Tony Nese lost to Ray Phoenix. Roderick Strong knocked off Ishii. Jesus Christ. Gringo Loco lost to Hologram. Your thoughts on who a hologram is, Marcus? I don't know if you've seen this hologram.
Do you know what Gringo Loco means? It means crazy white boy.
Okay.
In Spanish.
I don't know if you've seen Hologram. Who do you think it is if you've seen him, Marcus?
No, I've never seen Hologram.
It's just a guy. People are saying it could be Ricochet. People are saying it could be Sammy Guevara. Some people are saying it could be whoever.
Okay.
But if it's Ricochet, debuted on Collision, AEW's third show. Not a great start.
Ricochet in AEW now?
Well, that's what people are saying. Ricochet is hologram. But if it is Ricochet, he debuted on their third show that gets 400 views if they're lucky.
And has it been 90 days already?
No.
No, so that's why it could be. That's how they get away with it. If it's him, I don't know. Thunder Rosa lost to Deonna Purrazzo again. I think this is the third time she's lost to her. And the Patriarchy are your brand new trios tag team champions, taking the gold away from the Bang Bang Gang. Bronze plus, I'll say. So that's Nick Wayne with his first ever championship in at least at WWE, AEW. So let's go to the number one show. Well, number one show is NXT, but the other number one show, and that is at Friday Night SmackDown. Cody Rhodes came out, cookie cutter, boring promo. Yeah, by now I can tell you what Cody's going to say in a promo. What do you want to talk about? Blah, 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 blah. Buries his opponents, or I beat this person. Gets interrupted, which he did with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. He beat them up.
And then they got demolished by the bloodline.
So, Marcus, your thoughts on the opening of SmackDown?
Same old Cody promo, nothing too great. I mean, him beating up A-Town down under, okay, that's what's up, but it was a very 2-star way of starting up the show.
Yeah. And Ian, who's been a previous co-host here, is a total Cody mark and just like, Cody's the greatest, Cody's the best, and he's the face of the company and all this, and can't admit that since WrestleMania, promos haven't improved. Match quality. He had a good match against Logan Paul and AJ Styles, but they could wrestle a broomstick. And Logan Paul gets it. He seems to improve just that little bit each and every match. Outside of that, Cody's been very boring.
He's the
Anyway,
real prodigy, if you ask me.
So, sorry, say that again. Sorry,
I
TJ.
said Logan Paul is the real prodigy, if you ask me.
Yeah, he's improved immensely each and every match. He gets it. He gets he's a good. He's a heel. He's there to pull in the views. He gets it. Sam, I'm going to come to you next. Your thoughts on the opening of SmackDown?
The way that SmackDown works is, in my personal opinion, you're right. Cody Rhodes is just getting the same old stuff, and that's what I was afraid of when he did win that championship at WrestleMania. I think if they were the smartest, he should have done a 180 turn, go the next night, and say, "You guys didn't help worth shit." If Cody Rhodes, if the WWE was smart, if they turned him heel right after he became the biggest babyface in the company.
Yeah. See, my thing is, if rumors are true, again, like I said earlier, WWE is no longer PG when it goes to Netflix. How is Cody, who's awful at his promos, going to survive in that world? Just imagine The Rock. Just imagine The Rock. His promos were good, very good, leading up to Mania. I thought he totally buried Cody. So just imagine how good they were, but now The Rock isn't held back. Imagine how good they're gonna be, and Cody's gotta survive. Just no. TJ, did you enjoy the opening of SmackDown?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but again, it's always predictable. We're just biding our time until SummerSlam.
That is right, till the greatest of all time, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, returns.
I just want him to spear the crap out of Solo.
I think so. Love winning, but we'll get into that on SummerSlam predictions August 1st. And if Sam and Marcus can join me for that, great. But we'll discuss that later. So first match of the night, good match. Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, real great back and forth. Carmelo Hayes didn't look bad in defeat. He got caught. DDT 1, 2, 3. Andrade wins. Good match. Well, get your thoughts on that match, and also the boring Nia Jax Bayley. They got interviewed on the Tron. It hypes the match, but only slightly. Yeah, CJ.
So they're still trying to find a place to put Andrade, and Carmelo Hayes is still trying to find his place on the roster. SummerSlam is going to be interesting. There should be an interesting payoff between Nia and Bayley, considering that Tiffany Stratton is the X Factor. Will she cash in on Bayley? Will she cash in on Nia? Will she cash in on both of them? That's what we're all here to see. But we have seen that if you try to cash in on a triple threat, it does not work out in your favor. Hence Drew McIntyre and hence Lola Vice.
Unless your name is Seth Rollins, it doesn't work out.
Yeah, because Seth is
Marcus, did you enjoy Andrade and Carmelo, and your thoughts on the interview, I guess you could call it, with Nia and Bayley.
They have great styles that work well together. Andrade can do the grappler style as well as the lucha style. That's where he comes from. Carmelo is a cruiserweight like guy, so those contrast styles really worked out. I really did like the match. As far as the Nia and Bayley stuff, I mean, they have history, right? BBL Bayley, hashtag that, y'all. Bayley as a
by the way, Ricky found out what a BBL was last week.
Oh
yeah, I didn't know.
Fantastic. But I mean, it's a joking hashtag. It's not, I feel like Bayley's been working really hard on, improving in the ring. She was out for a while, but I do think, honestly, and I'm going to take this take, and I think it might be unpopular, but whatever. It's time for Nia. Nia return. It's time for Nia to get the title, be the queen of the ring, and have the women's title. Because honestly, on SmackDown, who is and have Tiffany just in the background, but play that cute Barbie role, but I'm never going to cash in on you, girl, until it's a dangerous situation and Nia's about to lose, and Tiffany well, you kind of knocked out. Let me hit this moonsault on you and let me get this win because we're buddies. So you're not mad that I won a title, right? So I feel this storyline with Nia and Bayley, it's going to have a good pay. It's going to have a good payout. But then, as TJ said, Tiff in the background just waiting, but she's going to play her part. She's not going to. I don't think she's going to cash in on Nia until the opportunity strikes. Not try to make a match out of it kind of thing, or make it a triple threat. She's going to wait till Nia's down and out kind of thing, because Nia is a giant, and you don't want to go after a giant when they're standing. That's not what a cowardly heel would do, especially with the current character that she has, which is a Barbie doll. And she's not trying to work hard and sweat it all out. She's trying to make sure that she cashes in at the right time. So
Barbie works smart, not hard.
Exactly.
If you have Nia win, I can say I think Bayley's winning, but I can see if Nia does win, yeah, she's a bigger challenge. She's bigger in stature. So, but I think Bayley probably retains. But we'll get to that on predictions August 1st.
Yeah. Yep.
Sam, your thoughts on the match and interview?
Well, I have to go with you guys. I thought the Andrade and Carmelo Hayes match was very satisfying. I think, in my view, they both have great futures going forward. But Bayley versus Nia, to me, it's I've seen it before. The only way that I might get interested in this rivalry and this match is when Tiffany cashes in.
Yeah, I don't know when I'd have a cash in, but certainly against Bayley. If I'm booking it, she cashes in. So I think it's better when they have the briefcase for a while, and you never know when they cash it in. Not like Drew did the same night. Not or Nikki Cross, Nikki ASH, whatever you want to call her, the day after. It's just you've got a whole year and you do it the same day or the day after. Just
you wanted to build up.
Yeah, make it a Damian Priest cash in, because that was kind of a good cash in.
Yeah, you never know when they're cashing in, but they hint it very, very, very quickly. I would have, and this is, I can see why. I'll just say it. Winner cashes in for any title, but then you've got Bron Breakker going backstage and saying to Adam Pearce, I want a match for the IC title. He gets it. So why would he then have to go through a ladder match to get that match? But if the winner cashes in for any champion, all champions are on notice rather than just the two world champions. Bianca Belair very quickly squashed Chelsea Green. Nick Aldis in the ring, contract signing. LA Knight comes out. Logan Paul did. That hypes up their match. We ended with you. We'll start with you, Sam, on your thoughts on both of those.
Well, I think here's my opinion on this particular rivalry. it depends on what you want to shoot for. If you want a champion with athleticism, Logan Paul. And in my opinion, it's the Triple H that because Triple H, I think. Well, I'm gonna take that back. Actually, if you want athleticism, you want instead of popularity, you want a Brock Lesnar champion but can work. You want Logan Paul. But if you want a popular champion and a wrestler that appears, you go with LA Knight. Bingo.
Logan's title reign, they've really done wonders with. He's defended it twice on the big shows, Rumble and Mania. That's how it should be. Not like Cody, every single pay-per-view or a title match on every Raw, every SmackDown. They've really cleverly done wonders with Logan Paul. You have to pay to see him defend the title. I think LA Knight is going to beat him, which takes away Logan Paul. So you're now down to 1 star, and that 1 star is Reigns. So I'd keep the title on Logan because then you got 2 stars. Cool for LA Knight if he wins, but I'd have Logan win, but I think LA Knight does win, if that makes any sense. But anyway, your thoughts on Chelsea Green getting squashed by Bianca Belair? Sam?
Chelsea Green, in my opinion, will never be a champion, but in my opinion, is World Wrestling Entertainment. Chelsea is one of the best entertainers I think I've ever seen.
She was my pick to win Money in the Bank, but that didn't happen.
So Chelsea needs a mid-card title. She needs that woman's intercontinental or that woman's U.S. title we've heard so much about coming. Chelsea is an entertainer. Chelsea is a Karen. That is her gimmick. Chelsea is the most Karenest Karen in wrestling right now. Her and Piper Niven.
The thing of the women's US title, women's IC title, no, they've got too many titles, and then everybody's champion, and then the women's title tag teams have become even more irrelevant than they are already. So I think keep it as it is. But
I think Revolution, that pay-per-view, was just kind of an experiment to see how a woman's show would do. I think they may try and do it later, but it didn't do well in this market.
No.
So what's going to happen is they will have to introduce some mid-card women's titles because Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, Selena Vega. You can't oversaturate a market. So you're going to have people aspire and build themselves up. Selena Vega was Queen of the Ring, and she still needs to be built up. Justice for Selena, justice for Zoe, and Shayna also may want a mid-card title, and Sonya Deville is long overdue for a title reign. So a mid-card title may be what the doctor ordered. Maybe a mid-card title could also build Jade Cargill up, aside from other mitigating factors, as well as bring in some more talent from NXT to go for that. As well as NXT already has a mid-card title, but since NXT has a mid-card title for the women, it would only make sense for the mid-card title for the main shows to have a mid-card title for the women.
Like I've said, and we'll say this later on, but I'll say this weekly about Shayna. If wrestling's real, she should be killing everybody. She should be a 20-time women's champion. But your thoughts, TJ, on the LA Knight, Logan Paul stuff?
I'm still rooting for LA Knight. He's a Maryland guy, so I'm always going to root for LA Knight because he's from Maryland.
Fair enough. Marcus?
Well, though Logan Paul is improving and he's a star and he has that Brock Lesnar esque as far as he gets brought in for big stuff. He doesn't really do the smaller things. Lose the US title, bro. It's over. Stop it. It's done. Go to Raw. Raw like that kind of shit. They like all that talking shit. Go over there, bro. I'm not a Raw guy. I'm a SmackDown dude. SmackDown needs action. Go over there. It's over. Is LA Knight? Yeah, is his time to get the U.S. title at least. He's been hot. He got a little cold after a while, but they see the marketability. They see listen. The dude can talk. He could go in the ring. I mean, we've all seen his work from NWA as well as his work in TNA. Give the 40-something-year-old man a shot at having at least a mid-card title. Please let it work for him.
He's our generation's DDP, and that's not a bad thing.
I still wouldn't take it that. I wouldn't. I don't know about taking it that far because DDP was different. LA Knight is different, but he's not Diamond Dallas Page different. It's something like that, but it's not that. As far as the Bianca Squash and Chelsea Green thing, this is WWE trying to build Bianca back. I mean, they stuffed her in a tag team with Jade. Not stuffed her like, oh, she didn't want to do it, because obviously they have really good chemistry. But they stuffed her in a tag team when she at one point in time was holding Raw gold, was holding SmackDown gold, and now they kind of put her in a tag team, but it's to also hide Jade's weaknesses. And I get that. I feel that. Like, Bianca, for real, is up there with Charlotte as far as one of the best female performers in WWE, if not just all in sports entertainment. So I feel like, yeah, we got to build Bianca back to status versus, giving her these time periods where she can't do whatever she got to do. And Chelsea's going to have her time. She's just going to keep entertaining. She's just going to keep being a good character and keep doing the job until once again she gets the space in, and there's an opportunity within the tag division to, for her and Piper to, get the work going. And just to feed off of what I was saying about a women's mid-card title, not two of them, just one. Just one. So have them do what the women's tag team title do. Travel in between all the shows, because having two of them don't work. Like TJ was saying, it oversaturates the market. Give them one mid-card draw. That way they can go through all the different shows, keep promoting the title, promoting the superstar. And I think things will be better that way. But the problem with that is, will that title go into obscurity like the women's tag titles did at a point in time? Women's tag titles were missing off of shows at times. So if they do that, they got to do it correct. And I think with Triple H being in charge, Paul Levesque being in charge, I think it will work.
Yeah, the women's tag titles are totally irrelevant. You had Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair held them. They're up there, and now they've gone. Mm-hmm. I like Alba Fire, I like Alba Dawn, and great that they won them. Great that they won them in Scotland. Great moment for them. But irrelevant, unfortunately. But speaking of women's action, Meet Jin got a big win against Tiffany Stratton. I like that this was all storyline built. Bayley opening up the briefcase, throwing the briefcase to her, and that's what it's all about. And in your main event, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller took the L to Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, and then the Bloodline again. Someone said this in the group, in the predictions group. Whenever they ever done a Bloodline segment, you don't know the results. They beat up Owens and Cody. Cody looks weak again, and then into SummerSlam. TJ, what are you thinking?
It's just the build up for the return of Marcus. We're all doing it.
Marcus don't want to acknowledge his tribal chief.
Listen, I love Roman. I do. I love Roman now. I can tell you, there have been many times I'd be like, man, this guy. But me personally, I mean, I can't wait to see Roman return. But who's the real tribal chief? That's my question.
Be interesting, more.
And I think we're going to find that out over the past couple of months of how deep this bloodline really goes.
You're sorry.
I think this bloodline storyline can find itself between anybody, between Solo, between Roman, between Jacob Fatu, between Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso. Hell, even Ava might find herself wrapped up in it somehow.
Yeah, it did look like she was going to be at a certain point, and then I think they just dropped that.
No, because I think Paul Heyman talked her into being GM.
Ah, okay. Like I said, if I'm booking it, and I'll say this, SummerSlam predictions, but I'll very, very quickly say it now. Solo wins at SummerSlam. If he loses, he's not the head of the table. He's not the tribal chief. Reigns is coming back for what? So you have Solo win, grabs the microphone, acknowledge me, holds up the towel, Reigns returns, he's coming back, Reigns is coming back for the title, you do Reigns, Solo, Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell, Solo wins, takes Reigns out for a month, Reigns returns to build up a team, it's Bloodline Civil War Games, Reigns team wins, that earns him a title shot at the Rumble, Reigns wins, The Rock wins a Rumble. That's your main event for Mania. Rock Reigns for the title, and then is The Rock going to screw over Reigns? That's the story. And you have The Rock come out at the Rumble and be totally heel. He does nothing to win it. He comes out number 30 and just says to somebody, get out. And he can fire them. He's the director of the board. He's their boss. Get out or I'll fire you. And they just have to get out. And look, they have to look stupid doing it, but they have to get out and let The Rock win. That's your main event for the Rumble. Then you know what the main event is going to be for Mania. Reigns, Rock, face to face. That's the last picture you see of the Rumble. There you go. That wasn't quick, but sorry, TJ, your thoughts on Michin knocking off Tiffany Stratton?
Hey, Michin needed this win after she lost to Jada Parker. But then again, Jada Parker and the OTM, they lost to the OC, so kind of balanced itself out. But I do want to see more of Michin. I like the fact she pays homage to Gail Kim with the Eat Defeat.
I want to see more of Michin, but we're probably to see more of Michin for different reasons. I want to see because of her good looks, and she's good in the ring, but she's also good looking. Marcus, your thoughts on the women's match and the tag team match?
Well, the Michin pinning Tiffany was a surprise. It was full of distraction, obviously, from Bayley stomping on the Money in the Bank briefcase. It was okay. I'm not going to say that Michin needed the win or nothing. I'm just going to say it was all right. It was cool. It played into like, oh, Tiffany not ready to be a champion yet kind of thing. Like, oh, if this distracts you, what you gonna do as a champion? Someone grabs your title and runs away. You're gonna just lose. You're just gonna lose the match. Got it. The tag match was good. It was just it was a tag match, involving the same people that's been involving for a good minute. Kevin, Cody, Bloodline. No, A-Town Down Under. And Bloodline at the end. Jacob Fatu was an absolute animal, absolute beast. The power bomb through the table in the show. Whoop-de-doo. It's sad that that proved how stale it's been for Cody. If anything, it proved how stale it's been. Due to the fact that we have to revisit the Bloodline when he thought he extinguished them. Damn, I thought he even said it a couple weeks ago. I thought I was done with you guys. Yeah, we all did, bro. We all thought you was done. We all thought this was over with. We thought out of nowhere Randy was gonna be like, hey, let's do this for old time's sake. Let's have a match, bro. Like, not this. Let's revisit the Bloodline stuff because it's staler than a saltine cracker that's been sitting in your damn house for 3 years. That's how stale this is.
I love that it's been 4 years and the Bloodline's still the focus. That's good. 4 years. Incredible. But I also agree, yes, it's stale and they should move away from it. But it's still, after 4 years, all about the bloodline. And it's like, ugh, it should be about Cody. My problem, and I've said this before, is not that Cody won, it's what they did with Cody after Mania, and they've done exactly what I said they was going to do. Promos haven't improved, match quality hasn't improved, it's just doing the same thing week in, week out. Boring. And very quickly on the Orton thing, I would have, now do you do this? Orton beats Cody later on in the year, and you do Orton Cena at Mania for the title, and Cena wins. What do you think about that, Marcus?
Ooh, so here's the funny thing. When Cena, first of all, I got really upset when Cena announced, this is last year, of course, because though I grew up, I started watching wrestling in the midst of the Attitude Era. I really grew up in Cena's era. The era where Cena went from being went from this baby face that no one gave a damn about to rapping, becoming a heel. People forgot about him being a heel when he was rapping. Being U.S. champion, beating JBL, which is one of my favorites of all time, for real. One of my favorites, JBL. Don't care about him being a bully. That was just the culture back then. Clothesline from Hell, one of the best finishers that you don't have to pick nobody up. Seeing Cena being all that, and now him being like, yeah, I'm about to hang it up. It's like, damn, I low-key used to hate you, but now you're about to hang it up. That's not cool. But I want his last opponent to be Randy. I want him to beat Randy one more time. And if it's for the title, that makes it even sweeter, because Ric Flair, by the way, Horseman shirt, Ric Flair said that I have no problem. I love Cena. He said, I love Cena. I want him to break that, want him to go over 16. I want that for him. And in my opinion, Cena deserves it. So if it's against one of his all-time favorite foes, Randy, it fits.
But 16 isn't actually the number, but just
I know. It's the WWE number.
Okay.
And let them have it. Gotta let them have it. Gotta let them have it.
TJ, your quick thoughts on that? Would you do Orton, Cena at Mania for the title?
I don't see Cena having a Mania title run, but if he does get the title, then it's cool. No really thoughts on it.
Okay, sorry, Sam, we're kind of keeping you out of this. So your thoughts on Michin getting the win and Cody and Owens getting the win?
I would say, you asked me about the Cena and Orton. All right, so here's my kicker. If you say they're going to retire the following year after 2025, retire, in my opinion. So if you do Orton versus Cena, Orton needs to be the one to end his career. I don't see the point with Cena backing out of his word. If you say you retire, please. I mean, be a man of your word. That's what you promote.
But he's retiring at the end of 2025, not at Mania. So Cena could go on a small title run and then put somebody over. And
okay, or you could do Orton wins, Cena has a small one, Orton beats him again.
Yeah, or you could have Carmelo. Somebody like Carmelo wins Money in the Bank and Carmelo beats Cena. But that's next year. Let's focus on last week's SmackDown. Your thoughts on the two matches?
Can you say the two matches again, please?
Michin knocking off Tiffany Stratton and Cody, and Owens defeating Tyrion Waller, and then the Bloodline attacks.
Michin was surprising, but the main event, it's like what you said before. Been there, done that.
So my rating for SmackDown, I'll say silver. Your rating, DJ?
I'll give it a solid silver.
Sam?
I'll say silver. I'll go with you guys.
And Marcus.
Silver.
Marcus has gone invisible. Anyway, he's turning to John Cena now. So it's John Cena and Mankind. Okay. Does Marcus and Sam, do you watch Level Up?
No.
No.
Level up.
Fair enough. I'll just very quickly run through the results then. I like Level Up. It all makes sense. People get a push and people get a win on Level Up and then they're seen on NXT. Anyway, Jakara Jackson, who I love so much. I think she's... Anyway, Jakara Jackson defeated Kendall Gray. Adriana Rizzo, whoever hell let her in the ring, I don't know. But she defeated Lainey Reed. And Charlotte Hill did the job for Eddie Thorpe. I'll say a silver. Let's get into the red brand of Monday Night Raw that had Gunter coming out. He cut a promo. Damian Priest is now your clear face going into their match. It took one promo to turn him face. That's cool. He came out. They brawled. Yeah, good opener. CJ, let's get your comments.
Hey, the match is going to be a banger. I can't wait to see Gunther and Damian Priest go at it. This has been brewing since Ring of Honor. This has been brewing since NXT. This has just been brewing. I can't wait to see them actually cook on all cylinders on the main roster.
I think he's going to be a good match.
And both of them lost a tremendous amount of weight. In fact, they didn't lose weight. They lost people.
And speaking of Priest, he has vastly improved. He now, unfortunately, it's come at the wrong time, but he now feels like a world champion, and he's probably going to lose. Ugh. Which I don't think he should. I like Priest, I like both Gunther. Neither should be losing this. But Priest is probably losing.
Ricky, what if there's a double count out, maybe? They could save it with the double count out. Or something like that.
You could. I'd like that. But I just got a feeling Gunther's doing it, unfortunately.
And then they could have a last man standing match at Bad Blood.
We next pay-per-views. But SummerSlam's the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, so surely he does it there. Anyway, Sam, your thoughts on the opening of Raw?
Well, I think you're right. I think none should lose. But to me, it's going to be interesting to see Damian Priest as a face. But I think it'd be more interesting. The only way for me this would work out if this was the booker, this is what I do. I think the Judgment Day screws him over. And then there you go. You got a rivalry. You got a place for Priest. They can make Priest and Balor one of the most interesting rivals out there. And it's not for, the championship. It's not for a contract. It's not for a prize. It's because it's two former friends literally battling each other out.
Yeah, I can see that, but I'd have it for the time. I just think that Priest should beat Gunther and go on a nice long title run, but I just see Gunther doing it. Which neither should lose. I like both. Kyle saying, guess what? I'm not even beginning to guess. Anyway, sorry, Marcus. We kind of left you in the dark, not in the dark here, but as you're glitching, is that the Wyatt family glitching? Wyatt 6. Anyway, your thoughts on the opening of Raw?
I loved it actually. Gunther, and I just rewatched it just to make sure that I was caught up. So Gunther, came out, was like, "Listen, I'm standing on 10 toes on what I said. Y'all all trash. The whole thing. All y'all in the Judgment Day trash." And so here's the funny thing, y'all keep saying Damian Priest is coming out as he's the face in this. Nah, this is just heel versus heel, and we're done talking. It's time just to handle this, because at the end of the day, you can't be a face with the Judgment Day in the back. The Judgment Day will always be in the background. I don't see Damian Priest as a heel. As a face, the Judgment Day might do some stuff, and he'll hate it, but that's just how it is. But I loved it. I actually like if we're grading segments, that was a gold segment because it was like, nah, forget this. You just called me and my homies trash. Now I got beat up on you, and they kept that thing going for a while. So I'm anticipating the match at SummerSlam. I can't wait to see it.
And I can see TJ replying to the troll in the comments. Anyway, you carry on with that if you want. Lost my track of thought. Priest. He got cheered. So he's a heel. He's doing a bad job as a heel. He got cheered. So that's taken away heat from. So it's both heel versus heel. Who am I cheering for? So I think Priest is on the way to becoming a face. I think he'll get away from the Judgment Day, like Sam said. Yes, Kyle, a troll. You've said stuff like, "Do I like feet?" and just weird stuff. Anyway, like Sam said, I think he's going to get away from the Judgment Day. Stop. Right. Your first match of the night saw Bron Breakker defeat by referee stoppage Ilya Dragunov. You're now getting Bron Breakker, Sami Zayn for the IC title. That could easily happen on Raw. Okay, Bron's probably winning this. And I'll get your thoughts on that. And also the next match, which was Sonya Deville knocking off Lena Vega. Sonya's been really dominant since returning. Marcus, your thoughts on both?
Acknowledge Sonya.
What is right now? TJ's got balloons.
So I'll say
this is me acknowledging Sonya, Shayna, and Zoe.
Okay,
acknowledge them.
Right.
So here's my thing. Braun and Ilya are definitely the future of Raw, right? 100%, both of them. I really like Ilya's work. I'm not the biggest NXT guy, but I finally started watching Ilya once he started getting into it with Trick. That's when it caught my interest. I think he's a spectacular superstar. I mean, Bron Breakker is a mix of his dad, his uncle, and Goldberg, which is a great contrast of styles between the two of them. And I mean, Bron Breakker versus Sammy again. Okay, that's cool, I guess. But you know, I very much enjoyed that match though between Ilya and Bron Breakker. Sonya Deville beating Valkyria. Sure. Okay, that works out.
Acknowledge her.
It works out.
TJ's now dude love. He came back again.
I like the match. I enjoyed it. I mean, is this going anywhere with Sonya? No, but okay, this is cool.
You don't know the name of Sonya Deville, Shayna, and
even this day about lesbian. Go on.
Yeah, their tag team name is Mom. There are 3 lesbian wrestlers headed to the ring.
Yeah.
And hey, listen, they can be whatever they want. This shit ain't going nowhere.
We call them the Scissor Sisters.
So, I would have done TJ, Braun, Sammy, and Ilya. And I thought Ludwig Kaiser was going to get involved in this. Looks like he's not. Sonya winning, that makes sense. She's like the leader of the team. The leader of the team should look dominant. Sam, do you agree? Your thoughts on Bron Breakker, Ilya Dragunov, and the women's match?
I agree with everything but one little thing. In my opinion, I feel like you have a better chance with building Braun over Ilya, excuse me. The guy looks like a star. Versus Ilya, in my opinion, it'll have to take some work.
Ilya, but okay.
That's it. All right. That's interesting.
And Sonya defeating Lyra Valkyria. Sam?
Oh, sorry. I lost count or something. I think Sonya beating is cool. It's a cool idea. I think if they build Sonya right, she can be built up.
Acknowledge her.
No one's acknowledging Sonya.
So we'll go to you next. Next,
So
TJ.
Mia Yim acknowledged her. Mia Yim did this. I acknowledge her.
Your thoughts on the golfing matches we've just covered?
Can you say again? I'm sorry.
To TJ, so we're saying to TJ. So your thoughts on Braun Breaker, Ilya, and Sonya Deville, Lyra Valkyria?
They're trying to. Well, Lyra and Sonya looks like they might have a good rivalry. Braun Breaker breaking Ilya Dragunov in half again. Yeah, I agree. Ilya might take some work, but the rivalry is going to be worth it. Ilya might cost Breaker at SummerSlam because one thing about Ilya, I can clearly see it in his eyes. He will not let shit go.
Again, we're revealing my pick here, but I think Braun wins. But I really can't see him losing again. Just no. But see, we get to the next segment. There was the best in the world. CM Punk coming out, saying what he had to say. Drew McIntyre followed, getting off his chest what he needed to do. Adam Pearce came out. Then Seth Rollins did, and you've got the only match made for SummerSlam that couldn't happen on a random Raw, random SmackDown, or random other pay-per-view. The only match that I think is SummerSlam quality: CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, special guest referee Seth freaking Rollins. All the other matches could easily be on a random Raw or SmackDown. Marcus, your thoughts on this match getting made and the segment?
So I love the segment. I don't love CM Punk. TJ knows this. I think he CM has been, but that's okay. But it was a great segment. I loved it. I love the fact that Punk was like, hey, I'm finally cleared. It's like, yay. Now we could do this thing with Drew McIntyre now. Now we could get this out the way. Drew came out, ready to fight. Adam Pearce is like, yo, so, yeah, we're going to do this later. And someone that y'all both don't like and that don't like y'all, this guy, which makes sense because, I mean, CM Punk did some annoying ass shit at the last pay-per-view, the last PLE, sorry, not pay-per-view, because we ain't paying for that no more, really.
That's okay. I still call them pay-per-views. So
and he ended up like, I don't think Punk understands fully what he did at the last PLE. Like, yo, Drew was trying to cash in, you made him fail, but you also end up screwing over someone that already wasn't messing with you in the first place. And Seth is going to be fair, so fair that he's just going to let them fight it out. So I love the segment. It's definitely a really good. It was definitely a really good segment. I do disagree with your opinion that's the only match that you could put that was a PLE quality. I think, honestly, the undisputed title match is also quality, and also the Gunther versus Damian Priest matches as well, only because it gives the King of the Ring something to really vie for versus it just being a thing, right? So to me, I disagree with your opinion on that, and that's okay. But for the question you asked me, I do love the segment, despite not liking CM Has Been Punk.
That's fine. But if they did Solo versus Cody on next week's SmackDown, I wouldn't think, oh no, this has got to be at SummerSlam, or Gunther versus Priest at Money in the Bank, for example. I wouldn't think, no, this has got to be at SummerSlam. Great, it's at SummerSlam, and if Gunther wins, that's fantastic. And if for Solo, he's getting the title match on the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, great. But, and it's all in the main event because Reigns is returning, so yeah. We've seen it before. We've seen Solo versus Cody on SmackDown before, but now all of a sudden he's big enough for SummerSlam. Okay, it'll be a good match, but yeah. Anyway,
I hear you.
TJ, your thoughts? Do you like that the match has been made? Do you like the segments?
I like the segments. I just want to see the build up. Because the
Well,
build up will determine the payoff.
next week they're doing Seth Rollins is going to give his referee instructions. That's just to build the match. I get it. I understand. I think it's going to be a good match. I'll say my predictions who I think is going to win that one. So until the predictions, Sam, your thoughts on the segment, and are you looking forward to the match?
Yes, I think this rivalry has a good, as I call, long-term story planning. This is, you remember the Triple H versus Seth Rollins rivalry back in 2017? And they built that up for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll say yes, but not really. Go on.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was what. All right. My point is they built that up for a year and they had a great match. I think this rivalry has the potential to build up until the next year's WrestleMania, and that's when these three somehow triple threat go to blows, or maybe at a different pay-per-view at a later time. My opinion, though, in this match, what's going to happen is if you remember another pay-per-view back in I think it was Judgment Day 98 or something like that. It was Kane, Undertaker, and Stone Cold. Well, somehow Stone Cold screwed them both. In my opinion, Seth's going to pull that maneuver.
Yeah, we could see that. And your thoughts on the Triple Threat Mania? I could see that happening. Obviously, my thoughts of I thought CM Punk was going to win the title, and you were heel Seth Rollins versus CM Punk at next year's Mania for the title, which could still happen. But yeah, Triple Threat, I would go that way as well. The Final Testament knocked off the team of Akira Tozawa, Xavier Woods, and Otis. For some bizarre reason, they're a team. It's a win for Final Testament. Okay. Chad Gable and the Creed brothers came out. They attacked Otis and Akira. Out comes Bordella's Sister Abigail on Gable. Yeah, cool. And then your next, not even a match. It was Pete Dunne versus Bron Breakker. Sorry, Bronson Reed, not Bron Breakker. Bronson Reed. Match didn't start. Sheamus attacked. I like they're doing something with Pete Dunne. Sam, your thoughts on both? Your thoughts on Final Testament getting the win, the Wyatt 6 stuff, and Pete Dunne and Bronson Reed match. Not it was even a match, but go ahead.
So Final Testament, they butchered that block off the bat. They have butchered that block because when I first made this group, I thought, okay, they're gonna change what they did with Karrion Kross way back when they thought, oh, they're building him. Oh, he's a disappointment. The exact same thing happened with the Final Testament, and what they had done with Otis, it's pissed me off because honestly, Otis, after he betrayed the Alpha Academy, he should have went right into the Intercontinental Championship picture. Or get built to the Intercontinental Championship picture.
Yeah, get built. I agree with that. Yeah. Your thoughts on the Wyatt 6 stuff? Are you enjoying it so far? Do you like the new look of
the Wyatt 6
Dallas?
stuff's so stupid. The Wyatt 6 stuff's stupid. Because in my opinion, I get where their heart is. Their heart's in the right place. But they're just living off of someone else. I don't like that. They should have found a way to intertwine it into something different from what I've seen already. Because it's hard to live out the legacy of Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is one of my favorites.
And you're expecting either Bo Dallas or the writing team to think like Bray Wyatt, and that's just never going to happen. He's been okay so far, but and I've said this from day one. What's going to kill them is Huskers the Pig versus the Buzzard, and who's the other guy? Bromlin Rabbit. Why do they care about winning a match? If wrestling's real, I mean, none of us are stupid here. None of the fans are stupid. We know it's all scripted and predetermined. But if it's real, why do they care about winning a match? They don't. Are your thoughts on the Pete Dunne Bronson Reed match, Sam?
I mean, it's decent. I think they could build Pete Dunne. I think Pete Dunne has potential.
Yeah, I love they're doing something with him. So, yeah. TJ, your thoughts on all three? Final Testament winning, the White of Six stuff, and the Pete Dunne Bronson Reed stuff.
Final Testament's getting stale. Pete Dunne is just seemed to be going back to his bruiserweight gimmick where he's just angry and bitter and just really not giving a fuck. He's mad at Sheamus for leaving him high and dry. He's mad at who was his old tag team partner in the Brawling Brutes?
Tyler Bate or Rich Holland. Tyler Bate, Rich Holland.
He's mad at Rich Holland for joining Chase U. He's mad at his teammate Rich Holland for being injured. So he's going back to the bruiserweight and not giving a fuck. I did love the way that Chad Gable sold Sister Abigail. He took it like a spike. You know when a wrestler spikes a move? He spiked it with an explanation point. So shout out to Chad Gable for selling Sister Abigail.
Do you like what do you call him? Bo Dallas's, Husker Harris's look?
Yes. There you are.
I like it, but yeah. They've still got to convince me, and we're like 4 or 5 weeks in now. Anyway, Marcus. So lastly, again, Final Testament winning, the White at Six stuff, and the Pete Dunne Bronson Reed stuff.
So, all right, wait, give me the lineup again. I'm sorry.
The Final Testament knocking off Otis, Xavier Woods, and Akira Tozawa. Apparently they're a team for some reason, but there you go. Gable getting Sister Abigail by Bo Dallas, Husker Carry. Garris, what's he called? Uncle Howdy. Call him what you like. And it was Pete Dunne versus Bronson Reed. Match didn't even start. Sheamus just attacked both.
So that was a random tag team, right? That was a random 6-man, right? You know, Xavier's clearly missing Kofi. And he found Otis and Tozawa just hanging around. I was like, hey, let's tag up. Right? And, Final Testament, boy, it's really tough to do something with a stable with that many people. 2 managers, a tag team, and a solo star. That's a lot of people in one place, in one thing. Karrion needs to start, if he wants to make a change and start doing some stuff, put him in the title picture. Why not?
Put his wife in the room.
No, hell no. Keep Scarlett out of anything title related. Let her be the manager. Let her manage him. Let AOP be managed by Paul Ellering. They all still together be like, you know what? If anything, rival with the Judgment Day kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But just don't involve Scarlett because she will get absolutely squashed by Rhea.
Rhea
I think that's the reason why
Scarlett.
I think that's the reason why they're so stale, right? They're kind of like the Judgment Day repeated. So from there, okay, I saw Chad Gable with the Creed brothers. That was cool. That was all right. Bo giving the Sister Abigail to Chad. I like the White Six. I really like it. I understand where Sam's coming from. I really do 100%. But to make this come to life, is really good, and I get it. What do they care about winning matches? True. What did the Fiend care about winning matches either? There we go. Right. same difference. What did the Fiend really care about winning matches? He didn't care, but he had the title.
That's why it didn't really work. It was cool, but the suspension of disbelief. We all know that wrestling's not real. It's just like, very quickly, going back to like the movie thing, it's like Star Wars. You know that they're not really in space, so they're in a green screen in some studio in America. Or Jaws isn't really a shark going around eating people. The suspension of disbelief. So again, back to wrestling. Why did the Fiend care about winning matches? That's why it didn't really work. It was cool, but it was over. It was super over. His belt was it like $8,000 or something? Something ridiculous.
It was costly.
So he was super over, but it didn't really work.
I hear you, but it's wrestling. We love it because it's goofy and stupid at times. Pete Dunne is a throwaway. He's just kind of dumb. He's just trash right now, right? Let's take you back to a gimmick. It's garbage. Even with the Catch Republic, that was garbage. That was terrible. And good thing that Sheamus came out of nowhere and gave him that knee. It made that, whatever that segment was supposed to be, more entertaining. Because, Pete was like, last week, Pete was like, go ahead, Bronson, squash him. I don't care. And it's like, okay, well, you get this knee, fella. Come get this knee real quick. And Bronson, you're going to get this brogue kick. And there's going to be a random triple threat match at SummerSlam with them three. And it's going to be a banger. It's going to be another Sheamus banger.
Banger after banger after banger.
Burger after burger. I think it's Sheamus versus Pete Dunne. I think they announced that for next week. I don't know. But I agree, yes, it made it more interesting. If it was Pete Dunne versus Bronson Reed, it would have been like, cool, it's a match. But Sheamus, yes, made it more interesting. And finally, TJ, I'll come to you again. Memory like a sieve, memory like a goldfish. Your thoughts on the Final Testament winning, the White 6 stuff, and Pete Dunne, Bronson Reed?
Yeah, you already came to me with that, buddy. Like I said,
I apologize. Memory like a fish. I apologize immensely. So let's just move on then, because so let's come to this segment that Sam wanted to talk about. Rhea Ripley dragging Dominic to the ring, Liv Morgan in the stands. She got her heart broken, and I wasn't there to give her a hug. That broke my heart. But Dominic saying he hates Liv. I still think this is Dominic helping Liv win at SummerSlam. I think that's what it's going to result in still. But yeah, this was good. It hypes the match. Like I said, I was just upset that I wasn't there to comfort Liv, but maybe next week. Anyway, Sam, your thoughts?
Well, okay. Well, first of all, I'm kind of I like this rivalry. I'm not going to lie to you, but I wish it could bring back some of the stuff with the Attitude Era with this rivalry. The jorts, do the hotel room. That's what I think you should have done. And then somehow, I don't know how, but find a way to do that.
I was in that hotel room waiting for her. Anyway, again, just whatever. I'm not keeping it PG. Do you see, like I've said, Dominic helping Liv at SummerSlam or no?
I could see. That's what I think is going to happen.
I just don't see why you take the title off her. Rhea doesn't need it, I don't think. I think Dominic's going to be out the Judgment Day, and he doesn't really hate her. He's under the control of Rhea. Doesn't want to be. I think that's the storyline they're going to play. Marcus, do you agree? Your thoughts on this segment? Did you enjoy it?
Oh man, did I not? And I enjoyed the hell out of it. What kind of great writing is this? This is good. I love good writing when I know it. Having Dom, of course, fixing in some of the Spanish, which was chef's kiss on that. I did feel for Liv though, because it's like, she put in all the work. She got Dom a win over his dad, which never happened under Rhea. Showing him the attention that Rhea low-key didn't really give him. It was so good. It was so good that sometimes even it was bad and it was still good. That's how great it was.
When you buy a man chicken nuggets and a PS5 and he still breaks your heart.
Crazy, right? I think at SummerSlam, and I know you got a prediction show, but I'm just gonna throw out my prediction now. I mean, even if I hop on that prediction show, I'm gonna say the same thing or something like it. I think Dom's gonna do something by accident. It's gonna be accidental, right? And what he's gonna do, he's not gonna travel with the Judgment Day. He's gonna try to hang out with like Finn separately because it seems like Finn is his friend at times. He's gonna be by himself, no support from nobody. Random times might be Rhea out there, just watching him. It might be sometimes Liv out there watching him. I mean, more closely Liv, more admiration watching him while Rhea's just like at the ramp kind of thing. But I feel like you said, Rhea's above the world title. She don't need it. She's hella over. Let's fix Jay Uso into this some way, somehow. Yeet. Make it more fun. But in a funny way, Dom has kind of moved past the Judgment Day.
He has.
Not IC title. I mean, he's IC title material, but I think he low-key moved. He's a little bit past the Judgment Day now. Because what is he doing in there other than being like a boy toy? Nothing. He just
rebelling, or rebelling against his father.
I mean, that was his role of being in the Judgment Day, right? So the Judgment Day is just a world of misfit toys in a way. I mean, Rhea and Damian share the leadership role. Dom only joined because his dad was bossing him around too much. JD's in there because of nepotism, because he knows Finn and he's Irish too. I mean, Finn was one of the original, of the new Judgment Day. Let's not forget that there was a Judgment Day before this. So I think Dom. And Carlito is not even in the group. He's just around.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you agree on that. He's like when
he's there kicking around.
When he came out with the Mania to start, he looks just so out of place. He just does not belong in the bloodline, in the Judgment Day, and he's just let's throw Carlito in here because we've got nothing else for him. It's like, and he just looks so odd. Like, here comes a Caribbean Afro Apple, and he stood next to some goths, people that dress like goths and dressed in.
Him and Damian Priest have a connection. They're both Puerto Rican.
I mean, Dom is also Latino too. He's Latino too, so he's a Mexican American. So what might happen is Dom might start hanging out with Carlito just on his own. Like, hey, you're not actually in the Judgment Day, bro, and I'm not. And I don't want to be around him right now. So, like, can we be cool? And I'm sure Carlito might be like, yeah, man, that's cool.
I just think he looks very odd, just so out of place. He's Judgment Day, and he's there.
It's Carlito.
There's Carlito. Like, and very quickly, when you said Finn Balor and Dominic are friends, yeah, you've seen that Finn Balor is trying to get Dominic in trouble with Rhea, in trouble with Liv, so that could come into play.
All the time, because he could have told. Because remember when they was going searching for Jey Uso, he could have easily had said, "Hey, so Dom kind of ran into Liv out there." Instead, it was Carlito that was like, he saw Liv Morgan. And it was like, yo, Carlito, are you for real, bro? You're crazy, Carlito. You're a crazy guy for ratting out Dom. That wasn't supposed to be said. That's what made Rhea drag him out there. Like, nah, we're done with this. I got it. We got to solve this once and for all.
So let's
somewhat shout out to Rhea for keeping up kayfabe just a little bit, because social media is a bitch. I get it, but shout out to her for trying to keep it going.
They should very, very, very quickly. When the White Six debuted and they took that picture with a fan, that completely killed kayfabe. Again, we all know wrestling's not real. It's all predetermined. It's all scripted. It's all show. They're all actors. But still, try and keep kayfabe alive. And if they do, fantastic. So yeah, you're the man with 2 titles. Let's get his thoughts on the Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley segment.
It was perfect. Mwah. The way that she got her heart broken, I kind of felt for Liv. But what's worse, a vindictive Liv Morgan or a heartbroken Liv Morgan? That's what we're here to find out. Like, I can definitely predict she'll go over on Rhea at SummerSlam, and this would be carried out because at the end of the day, I think Rhea and Liv were a love story gone astray. They kind of had a lesbian thing kind of going on, and then Rhea got Dom, and then she kicked Liv to the curb, and now Liv is trying to get Dom out of revenge for her ex-lesbian lover. This is a lesbian storyline at its finest.
That's how you read that?
This is
That's how you read that. That's how you read that.
No, Liv Morgan has always kind of struck me as going both ways.
That's how you read that.
Yes.
Insane. Okay.
She did do that horrendous, horrible storyline with Lana, and don't remind me. Pass me a drink.
Lana.
I just want to quickly say this, TJ, very, very quickly. When she came out and she interrupted Lana and said, so when they had a wedding or something, she came out and they were trying to do a lesbian storyline and it went to nothing. It was awful. People were so overjoyed because she was getting a push, I suppose, but I
would like to see Lana make out with Sola Ruka.
Surfing Lana, Marcus and Sam all know this, but we call Sola Ruka Surfing Lana because she looks like Lana. So Lana versus Surfing Lana. Anyway, to finish off Raw, Jelly Roll will sing at SummerSlam. Do any of you know, apart from WWE, do you know who Jelly Roll is?
Yeah, he's a country singer.
Country rapper, singer.
Okay.
So
Sam?
in America, we have a genre called country music. You know what that is?
I've heard of Jelly Roll, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a fan of it. I like one of his songs. That's it.
I've known as much of him as I've seen him in WWE. The SummerSlam theme music, theme song, it's okay. WWE does a great thing of bringing these people to attention. Like Bad Bunny. I never heard of Bad Bunny before WWE, and now I know who he is. So cool. If Jelly Roll singing at SummerSlam, cool for him. So your main event of Raw, really good main event. Judgment Day, Jada McDonough and Finn Balor took the loss to Sami Zayn and Yeet. Oh no, sorry, no. Zelina Vega. I'm jumping ahead here. Zelina Vega knocked off Zoe Stark, and then your main event. And then your main event saw Judgment Day, Gene McDonough and Finn Balor took the loss to Yeet, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. Really good main event. My rating of Roy Silver. Sam, let's go to you first. Your thoughts on the women's match and the tag team match.
So as far as the tag team match, I thought it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. And Zelina Zoe, it was a match where it was decent, but I had a miss down because I had to go to the bathroom.
You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much, except for I would have had Zoe win, but okay. Again, you didn't miss much. Sam, your rating for Raw?
I mean, for a Raw, that Liv Morgan really upped it to a B, but there's a lot of good things happen, so I'm gonna say a solid B.
Okay, from bronze to platinum, your rating is
All right, let's up it. B and silver.
silver. Right, Marcus, your thoughts on the women's match, tag team match, and rating?
Like the tag team match. I mean, the Zelina match. I'm gonna go with that first. I like the Zelina match. I mean, obviously, if you're gonna come out with a group of people like Zoe did, then you're expected to be up against other people coming out interfering in your match as well. Zelina took advantage. Used that brace inside her. Inside the bandages. Hit the code red 1, 2, 3. It was funny. It was good. Sets up something for SummerSlam possibly. Good old six woman tag match. The tag team match was awesome. It took you through a nice little roller coaster ride. I'm pissed off that they keep putting main event they keep showing glimpses that main event Jey Uso is going to be the tag team. It has the potential of winning another tag title when it's like, bro, his name is main event Jey Uso. Let's at least build him up, get a mid-card title on him first, and then we can talk about world title stuff, because you want to talk about someone that's over. He is probably the most over person on Raw. He's the most over person on Raw, with Rhea being number 2. Those are the 2 top most over people on Raw. He's got to get a title at some point in time instead of throwing him in tag teams and giving off this persona. He's only a tag team guy. That's crap. He showed during the pandemic that he can go. He showed numerous times that he can go as a singles guy. Somebody put some type of title on this man, but I did like the show overall. I'm actually giving it a gold. I'm giving Raw a gold.
That's fine. I can understand that. It was good. It was certainly better than last week, but fair enough. And the 6 women's tag match, I think that's happening on Raw. I think it's Sonya, Zoe, and Shayna versus Lyra and the KCs on Raw next week. I think that could lead to a match at SummerSlam, but probably doubtful. TJT, your thoughts on the rest of Raw and your rating for it?
My feelings on the rest of Raw, I would give Raw a solid B+, a solid silver.
Did you enjoy Zelina defeating Zoe and the tag team match?
Yes, justice for Zelina. La muñeca de WWE.
Okay.
Spanish, which is Spanish for the doll of WWE.
What's the rock in Spanish? What's that?
Legio, I think, but I'll check back on that.
Right, okay. And the tag team, is he going to check? The tag team match. What did you think of that?
I thought the tag team match was okay. Really closed out the show. That's about it. Also, it's La Roca, or El Roco.
What's acknowledge me in Spanish? Do you know that or no?
For what?
Acknowledge me. Like your travel chief. Sorry?
I'll look on my... Huh?
I'll look it up. You have a look while I get Sam's thoughts on the end of Raw. So Sam, your thoughts on Zelina winning and the tag team match, and come to you. Didn't I come to you? Have I been to you?
You've already done me, buddy.
Right, sorry.
Reconoceme.
Is that acknowledge me?
Reconoceme, reconocete. I acknowledge you. Reconoce te, reconoce me.
Thank you. So let's go to last night's show, the show that I think is number one, NXT. So whoop that Trick. Trick Williams come out, grab the microphone. Cedric Alexander came out. So I'll get your thoughts on that. But also the first match, hell of a first match. No DQ, Brooke Williams knocking off Josh Briggs. What a fight. All the welts all over Briggs' back. Ugh. Damn. So, Sam, your thoughts on the opener and the opening match? And he's going to have to leave. Okay, then.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I gotta head out, but have fun, guys. Nice meeting you
I'll
all.
see you later then, and I'll contact you. I'll message you later about you being a co-host every week. But yeah, I'll see you later.
All right, bub. Bye-bye.
Okay then. So
You
that's
get a
just
nice roster of co-hosts.
three of us like Matt Hardy. Wonderful. So okay, Marcus, I'll come to you next. First, then your thoughts of the opening promos and the opening match.
Didn't see the opening match. Not the biggest NXT guy. I will say I did see the opening segment due to Instagram. Thank you, Instagram, for showing me that. Cedric Alexander and Trick, I think, the promo was good chemistry. Oh, snap. What? The host went away? Crazy.
No, he's back.
Dang.
He came back as dude. He came back as dude love.
Yeah.
Clearly. Dude love came.
My Wi-Fi just go off for a second anyway. Sorry. So what were you saying, Marcus? Sorry.
Good promo. Like the trade, you like the back and forth trade. And then Trick Williams had to whoop that Trick to, I don't remember dude's name because I don't watch NXT that much. No, not Cedric. The other guy.
Shotzi the Adonis.
Him. Yeah, he had to get his ass whooped real quick.
I would certainly recommend checking out NXT and also checking out Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs. Very good opener. Very good.
And I also recommend mixing rum and Dr. Pepper.
I mean, it's called a Cuba Libre. You know that, right?
Have either of you had the Rock's tequila, or have you not that?
It's good.
Is it nice? Have you had?
Terramano's nice.
Have you had the Rock's tequila, CJ?
Not yet, but I'll drink that before I drink Hulk Hogan's trash.
Have you drank Stone Cold's beer?
Hogan. I'll drink Stone Cold's beer before I drink Hogan's trash.
Have you had Stone Cold's beer, Marcus?
Nah, I haven't had it. I haven't seen it up here yet.
You can get the Rock's tequila over here, but it's £40 a bottle. So is that $80? I love the Rock. I love the Rock. I've got the same tattoos as the Rock. He's my hero. All of that. But
someone called you a rock mark.
I don't love him that much.
Someone called you a mark because you love the Rock, but I ain't gonna say who.
Okay, was it you? No. So
Let's later.
Right. Your thoughts, TJ, on Trick and Cedric and the opening match?
I'm glad they're doing something with Cedric Alexander because Cedric Alexander and Shotzi the Adonis have just been on the main roster floundering. So they send them back to NXT to find them something else to do because NXT has reinvigorated so many careers. It did wonders for Dolph Ziggler before he left. It did wonders for Baron Corbin. It finally got Baron over. Like Baron's been trying to get over for years. Dirty, tired, stinking, and ready to come up for air, Baron Corbin. Because that's how, no, I say that because, in a sense, dirty, tired, stinking, and ready to come up for air because he's been buried for too long and he just rose from the dirt and just got over with the assistance of Braun Breaker. But now he's on his own, and now hopefully he can transfer that same magic to Apollo Crews, who's also been floundering.
And we'll get to Baron after aren't we? We'll get to this week's speed match very quickly after NXT. That saw Eddie Thorpe. He's on winning ways against Lexus King. So's Ora Menta. Ora Menta's come a really long way. He's really stepped up. He knocked off Ashanti the Adonis. No, yeah, it was Ashanti the Adonis. Yes. I would have had Ashanti win, but okay. TJ, your thoughts on both matches? Would you have had Ashanti win or not?
No, I'm not having Ashanti win because Shanti's obviously doing something else. He's playing on the sympathy card. You saw what happened when he got his tail whooped. The women were all on him and they were nursing him. He looks back at the camera and winks. So I think he's going to play the sympathy card kind of a thing. And I can't wait to see what Cedric's going to do. Cedric's kind of like a personal MCM for me.
And Eddie King, different company, different wrestler. Eddie Thorpe knocking off Lexus King. That's why I got confused. Lexus King.
Yes. Eddie Thorpe. I've been wanting it for him for a long time. Let's see. DJ, Native American. I've been wanting it for him. Although I still see potential in Lexus King. When Lexus King gets to the main roster, I can automatically see him going for a United States Championship bid. I would want to see him go against LA Knight for some odd reason because I think they will work magic in the ring.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with all of that. Marcus, do you want to give your input on both those matches, or should we just move on, or not?
Move on. Don't have no input.
We had a sit-down interview with Thea Hale, with Kelly Kincaid. That was hyped, really hyped match for next week. There was a match before this. Oh, Ren Sinclair knocking off Carly Bright. She's getting a push. I think that's cool. TJ, your thoughts on the match and the sit-down interview?
To see a woman in no quarter catch club is going to be interesting, but at least we know who's going to replace what's his name, the black guy. I should know him because he's black.
David Hart shouldn't need replacing. He's good.
I mean, the one who's getting fired, the one who's leaving in August, because one of them is leaving in August.
Is David Hart leaving? Wow. Okay,
yes,
then.
He is. He's leaving. He said his contract is up, and he hasn't resigned. So Ren Sinclair is going to replace him.
Okay, then. I think Tavian's really good, but fair enough. Okay, then. I think that was a big mistake, but...
Yeah, so we'll see.
That's disappointed me. He's getting a Heritage Cup match next week, so they're doing what they count him until he leaves. But okay. Anyway, I'll have to move on then. Trick Williams knocked off Cedric Alexander, and TJ's favourites, Lash Legend and Jakari Jackson.
I did see some of that match. So I could talk about that one a little bit.
There we are. Lash Legend, Jakari Jackson score the win against
Wait, you like Jakari Jackson, so you should start doing this too.
I will do. I'm trying to get to the match. They knocked off Common Petrovic and Surfing Lana. They now get a title shot next week, which I think is cool. Marcus, your thoughts on both those matches? If you saw, I know you saw one, but I don't know which. So
I saw a bit of the Trick and Cedric match. Great clash of styles. You know, Trick could use the power game with Cedric being the quicker guy. Right man got the victory. Good match. Very good match. Lash and damn, I forgot her damn tag team partner's name that fast.
Jakara Jackson.
Miss Jackson. I'm not calling. Listen, I'm not saying the first name because Lash has much more of my attention than Jakari does. Oh, there it is. I know it. Good tag match. Really good tag match. Keep pushing those girls. They're slowly but surely kind of somewhat getting away from the whole metaphor thing since Noam Dar went down. So I love it.
Definitely. Oro, Lash, and Jakara all stepping up.
I think they would do one. I think Lash would do wonderful on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, 100%.
On her own or with Jakara?
With or without Jakara, I want to see Lash go against Nia. I want to see Lash go against Raquel Rodriguez.
I don't recall any match that Raquel had that was any good, but let's just move on here. So, your thoughts on the women's tag match and Cedric losing to Trick?
Hey, that Trick got whipped, and I'm all for the Bougie Bully winning.
We then had your reigning, defending NXT champion, Ethan Page, come out, dragged the referee to the ring. He got pinned. Ormington now gets the title shot in 2 weeks' time at week 2 of the Great American Bash. Fantastic. And in your main event, the Rascals, they knocked off Javon Evans, Axiom, and Nathan Frazier. Yeah, cool. TJ, your thoughts of the closing of NXT on the Ethan Page stuff and the tag team match?
Well, I hope Ora Mensah and Ethan Page have been cooking for months now, since Ethan Page took out Noam Dar, and Ora has been on him like ugly on an ape. And so I just want to see that match. And as far as the 6-man tag, you see the cracks happening in Axiom, and between Axiom and Nathan Frazier, you see those cracks happening.
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time before the cracks give out. So I'm just here for the payout for when the cracks give out.
I would love Oro to win, but I think Page is going to probably retain. I can't see him losing for a while if he loses at all.
Or him losing to a certain person.
Of course. Don't even dare say his name. He might appear.
He'll appear.
Yeah!
Marcus, did you see the...
By the way, during Clash of Castle, he spent thousands of dollars of his own money on billboards.
That's really good, isn't it?
You have to. Hey, how can you not get over if you invest in yourself? Message.
Sure.
Marcus, did you see the main event of NXT? Or no?
I've seen both of those things. The stuff with Ethan Page is cooking. I honestly, when I first saw that, he's the one that attacked Noam Dar and all that, I'm like, Ethan Page, he didn't even do that much at AEW. Like, how am I supposed to believe in this guy? But he's been cooking. And what's the other dude's name that's in Metaphor that he's beefing with?
Oro.
He's been on him and, doing the little fake pinfall things. Love that too. Love that. Like, listen, why not? I pinned you twice, even though it's unofficial. I pinned your ass. It's time for us to fight. It's time for us to have this title match. So I like it. Or in the way Booker T says it, I like it. Yeah, man.
Ducky, quack, quack.
I like it. The tag match, you know what the 6-man tag really reminded me of in a different kind of way? It reminded me of those Nitro openings when they would do the Lucha 6-mans.
And I've watched very little of WCW, so
I watched it back on the W Network. every episode of Nitro. And I could tell you, man, those 6-man tag, like if you want something to check out, like that's something to check out. Those 6-man lucha tags would be, oh my gosh. You talk about action. There's a reason why when people talk about those guys couldn't get over, and it's a damn shame that they couldn't, those 6-man tags will show you why. It was pretty much that, but modern. And of course, the Rascals did their thing. They're always going to do their thing, and that's what's up. And it shows how great the communication is between NXT and TNA. And I mean, of course, I know you don't want no one to say his name because he should appear. But
he's appearing next week to do a concert, which I think is amazing.
Oh, I'm tuning in and see. So more background about me. I may not watch NXT. I may not be the most vivid watcher of NXT. But if it's something that's catching me to watch NXT, I'm going to tune in. And Joe Hendry has been a part of that thing that has caught me into watching it. So between him, Ilya, when he was there, the small bit of time that him and Trick was feuding, that kept me around. Trick being the champion, that's been keeping my attention. And the Trick and Lash stuff has been keeping me around. Outside of those things, I don't really have a reason to watch NXT, and I get that. But I love seeing that TNA people are going over to NXT. And I mean, I believe
every time something happens in wrestling, Marcus will text me. My brother will text me and say, "Yo, did you see?" And then I have to turn on the TV like, "Oh shit!" Like that's my brother's keeper.
And vice versa, you've got Izzy Dame and Turn Paxley. They had a match in TNA. Charlie Dempsey had a match in TNA. So, yeah, he puts eyes on both products. Very good to see.
Who knows? I said, Elegance by Ash may make a return. We saw that little slip up they had.
Well, she did.
That's Ash by Elegance.
She did technically Battleground. But like I said, 4,000 fans. Their highest gauge in 10 years, and all thanks to WWE. Why not? So my rating for this week's NXT, I'll say a strong silver plus. TJ, your rating?
I'll give it a silver plus.
So gold then.
Yeah.
And Marcus?
For the stuff I saw, silver minus.
And the last match we're going to come in on this week, Andrade retained his Speed Championship against Baron Corbin on Speed today. Cool. It's a nice win for Baron Corbin. No, for Andrade. We're doing something with Baron.
We're doing something with Baron, like I said. Baron is tired and he wants to get out of the dirt and get over. Put Baron over. Justice for Baron.
I can't see.
And also, little side note, Baron's outside passion in the WWE is cooking and barbecuing. If you ever follow his cooking and barbecuing show, he has some nice recipes. Made my ribs come out succulent. Thank you, Baron. Although I will never root for the Kansas City Chiefs.
He wants to be The Rock. He wants to cook like The Rock. I just can't see Apollo and Baron winning on this coming SmackDown, the Gauntlet match. I think the Bloodline wins that, but let's wait and see. And I'll play one more ad, get to our final segment, and then we're done for tonight. So let me play this.
To never miss a second, never miss an upload, never miss anything I do, and never miss when I go live doing watch parties and my brand new podcast live Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. The Reigning Rock Podcast. Add me on Facebook, Ricky J. Pate. Whilst there, search on Facebook WWA World Wrestling Alliance. Follow me on X at Ricky Goldmans. Head over to Pro Wrestling Tees and search Goldmans1 and head over to my YouTube channel search, like, and subscribe to the People's Wrestling Channel. That once again, the People's Wrestling Channel.
That is right. On my socials, like and subscribe. Get this shared as we go into our final segment. And Marcus, I want you to announce this one. So let me play the video, put up the banner, and off we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the news and headlines.
That is right, and just two pieces of news this week. Very slow news week in the world of wrestling. So first piece of news is Drew McIntyre to be in a movie with Batista, The Killer's Game. I think that's cool for Drew McIntyre. He's not going to be the next Rock, but still cool. TJ, your thoughts on that?
You know, as easy as Batista and The Rock make it seem, and Edge, and to an extent, in a sense, it's hard for wrestlers to go from the ring to Hollywood, because the schedule's complex. It's like a similar game, but a very different game. So I'm going to be looking at Drew's performance, because in a sense, this is Drew competing with CM Punk again, because CM Punk has also been on the TV screens as well, with him being on that show Heels. So I'm going to be looking at at Drew McIntyre to see how his acting chops is. If he's too stiff, if he's too dramatic. I always want to see how he does. So I'm rooting for Drew.
Punk has also made movies. I think it's The Girl on the Third Floor, and I think he made a second one. He's not The Rock.
Not everybody can be a Rock or Batista. Some people just have to wind up being a Big Show.
But he has made movies, so he's made more movies than I have, which is zero. Marcus, your thoughts on Drew making a movie with... I think he's only a small part in it, but still he's making a movie with Batista. Your thoughts?
The movies I make require a subscription.
Oh, you out of pocket. I think it's a good thing. I think what having someone like Batista to help him, walk him through and really help him with with the acting and stuff. I think Drew can possibly find his second calling when he decides to hang it up. I think it's a great idea. I always love it when I see sports entertainment cross over into that other world, because, people are multifaceted. So good job for Drew. Hope he does really well in whatever role he has in that movie.
I think, like I said, it's only a small part, but still it's a start. And the other piece of news, it does look like, unfortunately, Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Tamina have been released. I think probably all three of them got to TNA. All of them will be lost in AEW. Lashley will be like the rest. He gets a 2-month push, and that's it. Jobbing out to Warlord or Darby Allin or something, or ugh. So Mark, your thoughts on them if they are released, and where do you think they'll go?
I think it is confirmed that Bobby is released. It sucks to see Bobby go. I feel like there's a lot of unfinished business with Bobby, but they also didn't have nothing for Bobby. They tried with the with that thing that he tried to put together with Street Profits. And with what's the girl's name? TJ, what's the girl's name?
BFAB.
BFAB, yeah. They tried to turn them heel. Clearly that wasn't going to work. Street Profits are way too over as baby faces. It just wasn't going to work out. There was nothing for Bobby. I do wish the best for Bobby. Please, Bobby, don't go to AEW. That place is sinking. You don't want to go to WCW when it's dead already. Go to TNA. Have fun. Enjoy yourself in TNA. Do some MMA stuff. As far as MVP goes, MVP is now in a manager role. Put him with Bobby in TNA. Why not? Let's do that again, right? Let's do somewhat of a beat-up clan again. Why not? Let's have some fun. Forget about anything else. Let's just enjoy what we do and enjoy ourselves. I mean, MVP is also focused on his jiu-jitsu stuff. So that's another thing that he got going on. And Tamina, it's funny. Tamina lasted a lot longer than a lot of people think she should have. No one expected Tamina to last that long in WWE. She didn't have the athleticism or the current skill set that women need. She's not super big. She's not a monster size, right? Nia Jax took over that role. You know, whenever her and Tamina lined up, we already knew, like, it's Nia, girl. Just stop it. So Tamina, I wish the best for her. Honestly, I think those three that got released should all just team up together in TNA and just have, like I said, have fun. Enjoy yourself. Don't stress yourselves out. And I'm sure TNA will be very welcoming to all three of them. I mean, two of them used to work there, made a great impact there. And I think they would love to have a Samoan woman work in their company as well. So I think it's a great move. And, you know, it sucks to see them go, but you also understand, like, it's a business. And if we don't got nothing for you in this business, there's no need to keep you on the payroll.
Very true. First of all, I want to say thank you to TJ for replying to the person in the comments, saying me doing it. And Lashley, look at the size of Lashley. I would have had Lashley as a super dominant monster heel, and he goes after Cody. You're giving Cody something to do rather than nothing. Have you since went to the private chat? Am I meant to read that?
No.
Okay then. Right.
But Marcus gets the reference at the last part.
So TJ, your thoughts on if indeed Lashley and VP Tamina have gone from WWE, and do you think they go to TNA?
So I'm just going to focus. So number one, I'll get to all three of them. Tamina is a mother. She's in her 40s. She needs to be. I don't say she needs to be, but she's probably focused on raising her kids and watching her kids grow up. She was one of the mothers that was on the road, and being on the road is exhausting. So maybe she's just used this time to spend time with her family, and also she is a member of the bloodline, so she should be covered. She is a member of the bloodline, the Snookus. The MVP just got a black belt. MVP also has a child, but the road could be very taxing for MVP as well. For all three of them are actually family men, so they can all use this time to spend time with their families. But Lashley, I don't think Triple H liked Lashley. They never got in the ring together. Lashley hardly ever got over under Triple H. So I think Triple H literally may have had it in for Lashley. And he always did everything he could to bury Lashley. Yeah.
I don't know. He just never had. There was nothing for Lashley to do. And and when they had something for Lashley, putting the Street Profits with him, they did the worst thing they could do with the Street Profits, was just trying to turn them heel. Try to clean up Dawkins a little bit and whatnot, and it wasn't working. And then they started a feud with the final Final Testament, and it's like none of it was working. So I think it was just there was nothing for him to do.
But look at the size of him. He's just look at 47, 48. Look at him. How you not got nothing for him?
Easy. Everything. Every title scene is cramped. You can't put him in some 6-man thing. You can't put him in some random piece of garbage. If you was going to do something, make him and Chad attack. Now make the Alpha Academy make it beyond just the Academy. If you're going to do something with Bobby, maybe make him over Chad, right? Chad Gable. You could do something like that because, like you said, look at him, right? But at the same time, there really is nothing for him to do. There's nothing writing-wise for him to do. You can't just throw Bobby into something. What you gonna throw him into the U.S. title picture? That wouldn't. There's when I look at the landscape of WWE, there really is nothing for him to do. There's nothing.
And I remember them throwing him against. It was meant to be a Lashley Bray at Mania, and that didn't happen. Obviously, like just such an odd feud. Just like, why are they feuding?
Yeah, you once again. So think about when Bobby got booked the best, right? Bobby got booked the best during the pandemic times, right? Him going over on Brock, him winning the championship. He had a really good run, and he was booked book correctly. I'll say this about Triple H. I love Triple H. I love Paul's way of booking. He don't book big guys the way they should be booked. Right? He books talented guys, not big guys. There's a big difference between what I'm saying. Big guys, they got the muscle game, right? They know what they're doing with their muscles, and they look the part and everything. While smaller guys, not as muscly, they get booked well under Paul. He knows what he's doing with them versus knowing what to do with big muscle guys. That's the difference between Vince's booking and Paul's booking. Paul can book for real. Vince can book big guys for real. That's his role. That's his gimmick. That's what Vince likes. That's his niche. He loves bigger dudes. That sounds really bad, but he likes bigger dudes and he can book them well. Versus Paul wants to book people with talent, and that's the big difference between the booking. That's why Bobby is going. I mean, hell, when was the last time we saw Brock? That's my point. The booking ain't the same. Even when you look at Roman, right? Like, acknowledge Roman, got it. But is Roman absolutely the biggest dude in the world? Not really. But he's talented, and he grown talent-wise, right? Triple H didn't force feed Roman down our throats. I mean, Vince did for a long time, but then Vince was like, damn, we should probably start listening to the people. Paul books talented people. He's willing to develop talented people. Vince books bigger people. That's what he likes. So Bobby just didn't fit into the mold of what WWE was bringing because he's a big dude.
Well, obviously, Brock's involvement with the whole Vince thing and his Janela Grant, all of that, which I'm not going to go into, but really, really quickly cover it. Obviously, we all know what happened, but Brock's involvement with that, I think that's why we've not seen him on TV for a while.
Yeah, and I don't think Paul wants to just throw him into a title picture, but like, here you go, because that's what Brock wants. And Paul's like, nah, we don't work like that no more.
I think
we actually work around here now.
Cody, when Lesnar lost to Cody, that's for the last time. I mean, Lesnar got to the Hall of Fame one year. That's the last time we ever see Lesnar.
He's going to the Hall of Fame. There's no doubt Brock Lesnar's going to the Hall of Fame because the things that he did for the product is monumental stuff. But yeah, he needs to stay away from WWE, but there's also nothing for him right now. And hence why we don't see a lot of big dudes being champions. Like, look at the champions that we have in WWE. Any of them really that big? No. Cody's not a big guy. Neither is Damian for real. Logan Paul isn't. Sammy is not. Both tag champs? Nope. So when you look at it, the landscape has changed. It's damn near the difference between the Rock and Wrestling era with Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. Not talent, no talent at all. Talentless as people. Transitioning to the new generation where it was Brett and Shawn. Where it was Brett and Shawn, they were talented dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that transition.
Yeah, Warrior had about as much talent as my dog does. Well, no, I think he was good at what he could do. Like,
he was good at muscle stuff.
Very short matches, comes in, clothesline, body slam, whatever, done. 1, 2, 3, see you bye. But I can't think of a classic match. Apart from Warrior Hogan at Mania 7, I can't think of any other classic match that Warrior had. So,
and saying that's a classic is a stretch.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, though. Like, this is
one and only.
This is the transition between. This is literally the second kind of trend. Like, I mean, WWE's been through many transitions, but this is a transition. This is literally like Rock and Wrestling to the new generation. This is going from Vince to Paul. It's the same type of transition. Smaller champions, more talented people versus big, strong, meaty men being meaty and clashing meat all up against each other. Meat time. We don't get no more meat time. Sometimes with bangers from Sheamus and stuff, but that's it. No more meaty men.
I agree.
It's talent.
So just quickly promote. I know he's gone, but I'll very quickly promote Sam's YouTube. So there you are. If anybody wants to head over, look at his YouTube, Autism and Rock and Rolls. I'll put up the picture.
Autism Rock and Roll.
Yeah, I'll put up the pictures so then people know what they're looking for. There we are. So let me do that so they can clearly see the picture. There we are. So Autism Rock and Rolls. Head over to look at his YouTube channel and he got a podcast where he's interviewed Buff Bagwell, Kane, Mick Foley, Al Snow. Go and check out his website, and yes, that's it. That's it for Sam. And this as well. Poker Run, SummerSlam night. I don't know where it is, but hit up Sam to find out. And of course, so again, your YouTube. I'm looking forward to us working together. If you're up for that, I want to grow. I'll grow your channel, and we can work together going forward, as well as your Instagram as well. I recommend people check that out. I'm not on Instagram personally, so I don't know what it is. No, yeah, I know what Instagram is, but I don't know what your Instagram is. But yeah. So long episode today, 2.5 hours.
And in between this episode, I managed to make dinner.
But that's great. That's great. So I'll put you both back stage just for the second. Thank you, TJ. And thank you, Marcus. And I will see you again soon. And everybody, do like, subscribe, get this share, get the word out there. Next week, we do this again, August 1st, SummerSlam predictions, and then August 3rd, SummerSlam watch along. So again, Reigning Rock podcast next Wednesday, August 1st, SummerSlam predictions, August 3rd, SummerSlam watch along. Do like and subscribe, and it is Excellence himself, Ricky Goldman, out.